What's good? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. A-Side official. No negotiations needed. Period. They just don't understand how lethal that is. It's no negotiation. I got the hottest chat in the MF and game, man. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for, a couple of, listeners to tune in. I'm in traffic again. Yeah, no. Hopefully everyone's day is going extremely well, wonderful. Your work day was productive. Hopefully your work day was absolutely productive. It was better than yesterday. Today is a better you. You understand? But as far as the topic of discussion, word has it, November, El Chinchecker himself, Baltimore's own, undefeated, unblemished, untouched, will potentially have an exhibition down here in the A against the one and only Jake Paul. Now, the haters are going to absolutely be in attendance because everybody else has had the opportunity to get the bag with Jake Paul, right? And these boxing fans live through it to see another day. But now, they're acting like the very same fighter, Lamont Roach, who they was absolutely whining and crying about. Oh, he's pulling up another fighter for 130. I don't want to see this. This is going to be this. And then the bout end up being part of the science. Also, understanding that experience and familiarity can absolutely improve a fighter's chance, and there was someone who is deemed to be greater than them, who is deemed to be more performance value when it comes to boxing in general, someone who's been on the pound for pound list. And that's what happened with Lamont Roach. He went in there and performed at a higher ability than we thought. Not that he was incapable, because he was a seated, reigning defending champion at 130 pounds. It's the fact that people wasn't willing to give him the benefit of the doubt against El Chinchecker, because she knows what them hands possesses when they touch them chinos. Down goes, you know what I'm saying? You hear that, you see that referee serenade. He got them headbangers. So recently, I've heard the bickering, the queefing. You know what I'm saying? People are going around saying, "Oh my God, he didn't fight." Stop it! Don't act like you wanted to see Tank Davis fight Lamont Roach a second time. Stop it! You wasn't all about that. Stop the madness, man. You didn't care. Lamont Roach, the only thing you cared about was pretty much seeing Lamont Roach, assuming that he had the opportunity to go in there and beat Tank. That's all that was. You dudes didn't want to see that fight. All you was doing is trying to say, we want to see Tank Davis' demise. We get tired of him fighting who he want to and making millions of dollars. Pretty much what Ryan Garcia is doing, but different skin complexion for the protection and all that. But there was so many people up here just feeling some type of way emotionally. And I wanted to provide them some type of therapy. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't going to pay for it. I could have found them some unqualified, unemployed life coaches. But I was like, hey, let them work it out. A lot of them was hoping and wishing. But now the word is broke November 15th that potentially Tank Davis, who is campaigning on 135 pounds, and Jake Paul is campaigning high as cruiserweight, will potentially be in Atlanta for an exhibition. This, to me, I'm going to be honest with you. This, to me, is going to be a return home for Tank's second home to the A. We're not going to complain down here, y'all. We're not going to complain about this fight. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to show up and support Tank because Tank gave us Gamboa and he gave us Barrios. We're not going to complain about El Chinchecker returning to the A if it holds up. We're not going to complain to Jake Paul bringing us a fight because we've been starving for big fights down here. And Jake Paul want to come down to the A? Do he have a history down here? Absolutely. Yours truly was there when Triller hosted Jake Paul and Ben Askren down here on a Triller card. Your boy was there. So Jake Paul is returning back to the A. Now, of course, Tank Davis is more well known down here. You know, when it comes to the general missions of boxing fans. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm happy that a fight coming down here of that magnitude, and it includes Tank Davis and Jake Paul. I'm happy because I was asking myself when was Tank Davis going to return to the A, so we can go, you know, we can see a boxing match. Now, the other topic of the conversation will be who's going to be on the damn UC. I don't care, to be honest. Like this exhibition bout, it's an exhibition. Come on, man, the exhibition bout, who wins, who loses. I mean, it's not supposed to be a winner or a loser. When Roy Jones and Mike Tyson fought, it wasn't a winner or loser. You feel me? So I look at it like entertainment. That's all. I'm looking at it as entertainment and nothing more. People can complain all they want. I wish you would. No, you don't. You don't want to wish that he was fighting Lamont Roach. You don't. You just want something to talk about in hope of Tank Davis going out here losing. But he's about to do something that's good for his bank account, and that is go up here and get a Jake Paul purse. I salute Jake Paul for allowing Tank Davis to get the bag again, yo. Because there's so many people that look at Tank, right? And they feel that their argument is, why does he deserve to get paid millions when he's not fighting competition at the top of the rankings? Well, I'll tell you like this. Gervonta Davis was there when it was supposedly 4 Kings. He was there. He's the Reggie champion. Lomachenko was unified. T.O. ended up beating Richard Comey and went up there and finally got the Lomachenko fight. The rest is history. It transferred to Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? From Lomachenko to T.O. to Kambosos to Devin Haney. Tank was there at 135 pounds. Absolutely. So it's nothing to complain about. Boxing did not make the fight. Then those guys migrate out, right? And we usher in a whole new class. The Keyshawn Davises, Shakur Stevensons, you know what I'm saying, the Baron Checks, shit like that. Tank is still there, yo. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, he has survived the seasons. Now him coming back down to the A. Salute to him, bro. Salute to him coming back down to the ATL, shouty. Yeah, the dirty, dirty South, shouty. And you know, we may not be getting one of these serious fights that involves a championship and rah-rah pound for pound. Hey man, I'm good with him coming down here giving us a Jake Paul fight, because we get to see, you know, the entertainment value of boxing. You know, people want to say it's only entertainment value on who they deem to be entertainers. It's prize fighting at the end of the day, right? Even this fight with Tank and Jake Paul, it's going to be money involved, right? There's going to be money involved. I came to the point where I told my listeners this before. When I refer to the Paul brothers as goof Paul brothers, I stopped doing that when I asked about 10 boxers, pros, what they felt about Jake Paul coming here. And they said, I don't feel no type of way. He's bringing money to the sport. He's doing this, that, and that. I said, okay. If the pro boxers didn't really give a damn about Jake Paul coming to the sport doing what he was doing, I say, you know what, I'm using unnecessary energy. For real. My barometer of stress is being, that's considered to be fraud, waste, and abuse. Because I'm up here just being mad and feeling some type of way, but yet the boxers who are actually splitting the ropes, they don't feel that way. So I say, hey, come back. You might need to digress from this situation, revisit. You know what I'm saying? Go to the quiet time, make some revisions to your thought process and your opinions, and then return back to the mic. Check a 1 2 1 2. You know what I'm saying? And continue. When they didn't have a problem with it, I stopped having a problem with it. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the fights that Jake Paul has been a part of, fighting these old fighters, Tank wouldn't be a part of that class, that discrepancy class. But what he would be a part of is us as boxing fans trying to figure out how it's going to look inside the square circle. Tank is a much shorter, his reach is much shorter, all that. So at the end of the day, they need to make that damn ring size about 14 by 14, goddammit. They need to goddamn slide, maybe go to Walmart and get about 6 or 7 cubicles and put that shit together. Just so we can mask, the size discrepancies and make it look a little bit different than what it is. Or we can go to the Hobby Lobby and get that shrinking ring round by round that Turkey Alley Sheep was talking about. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm gonna hit Big Turk up today. I'm gonna say, Big Turk! I heard they coming down here to the A shop. You think we can use that ring that keeps getting smaller every time? He might say, I'll come back. Why in such a way you're concerned about that? Because, it gives Tank Davis more of a potential, his percentage goes up to potentially knock out Jake Paul. That's what we want down here in the A. That's what we used to when Tank is in town, getting stoppages. This is no different. The fatter they are, the softer the fall. And that's what we're looking for with freaking Jake Paul. Yeah, but it's an exhibition bout. I'm pretty sure Jake Paul is gonna word that contract to benefit him. Tank cannot throw the left uppercut just like he did Tyson. No uppercuts, Tanky. Tank probably gonna say, hey, I want you to refer me as El Chin Checker for this fight since it's my return. You can't throw no left uppercuts, no left hook to the body, okay? Okay, the longer the fight goes, the more you get paid. And there would be a deduction in your purse if Jake Paul hit the canvas. Each and every time, there will be a 3% deduction from your purse every time Jake Paul. And that percentage will increase each round that the fight goes. So if you drop Jake Paul in the 7th round, it'll probably be at least about a 45% deduction from your purse. Okay? I'm just letting you know that. So be very careful there, Tank Davis. I know you back in the A and you're trying to show out. But the contract is the contract. Then they probably gonna have Tank with some 19.5 ounce gloves on. Straight from Chuck E. Cheese, y'all. Straight from goddamn Six Flags. straight from Dave and Buster's, straight from Timu. You know, I mean, Jake Paul, he probably gonna put in there that he wanna wear some 8 ounces with some plaster of Paris. He wants to have Antonio Margarita's trainer wrap his hands. You know, there's gonna be some stipulations in there to make the fight a little bit worthy. You know, bruise Tank up a little bit, cut him up. While Tank has on those 20-ounce gloves and shit. I'm just being honest, y'all. Don't be mad at me. I'm just trying to be a little bit, you know, use the thought process a little bit to provide some creativity to this exhibition bout that's supposed to come to the A around Thanksgiving. You know, it's gonna be the 15th, but still, you know, in the South, some of these country folks start to celebrate a bit early. But yeah, I'm happy for that. And I'm not telling, you know, these voices that's out here want to talk strictly boxing all of a sudden. Oh, we want to talk strictly boxing. I don't like this fight. Who gives a damn? That's why, you know, I had to like recline back a little bit and take a little bit of a moment from boxing, because a lot of these cats want to talk about the same thing. They want to act like they have a purpose that's bigger than the normal, you know, the normal community. They're not willing to sign a petition to stop things from happening. They just want to talk about certain things. Everything that comes up is outside the template, so to speak, the format of boxing. They want to complain about it. This is not the first exhibition bout ever in the sport of boxing. So therefore, if you feel some type of way about Tank Davis fighting Jake Paul, you must forget that at one point in time, Canelo Alvarez fought Abner Yildirim for a nice little bag. He fought John Ryder for a nice little bag. You know? I mean, there's been some fighters out there that Canelo has fought for a nice chunk of change, man. That you say to yourself, no, that fighter wasn't on Canelo's level. Canelo requested $150 million for a fighter that's campaigning 2 weight class below him. He asked for $150 million. He's never got paid $150 million in a fight. So I'm glad for Tank. Canelo's out here requesting $150 million to fight a guy that has 154 pounds. Yes, he is. And he got it too. And they're gonna say, well, Tank ain't Canelo. Well, he ain't Canelo, goddammit, because Canelo, he hasn't gotten this opportunity to fight Jake Paul. He tried, but Big Turk was like, nope, you fight Jake Paul, the Crawford fight is off the table. You hears me. Going. So Canelo said, nah, I'm gonna take this 150 and I'm gonna roll with Big Turk like Canelo always used to do. This is the same person who was locked into a $365 million 11-fight deal or something like that. He didn't even finish that out. But he got a little paycheck in there. So El Chin Checker, get that money, man. You know, we said, get that money, man. I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you. Let me transition up out of this to Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou. At this point in Deontay Wilder's career, I don't feel no type of way about him fighting Francis Ngannou. Hell, Tyson Fury did it. AJ did it. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit preschool with this shit. I'm not really putting a lot of effort into saying, oh man, I want to be strict and stern about who I... No, Deontay served his time. You know what I'm saying? Deontay did what he needed to do in his career. 43 freaking knockouts. They always talk about losses. Even the greats have to struggle sometime, right? But then when the greats struggle, they try to call them trash. They was trashed their whole career. How you gonna say even the greatest got to struggle sometime and they take losses? But damn, when a great struggle, y'all turn around and say, oh my God, they was trashed the whole time. I don't feel no type of way about Deontay fighting Francis Ngannou, man. Francis took the 20 million flat jawline on the front of that glove from Anthony Joshua. He was able to change a lot of people's lives in his country. That's just the lay of the land, bro. When it comes to this shit, this man will come off a knockout loss to Joshua and go to PFL and become heavyweight champion. I tried to tell him, bro. But they say, dang, come back. You always talking about fights are fixed. That fight was fixed for Anthony Joshua, period. Come on, man. That man went over to mixed martial arts and stopped his opponent. Destroyed him. Destroyed him, yo. Yeah. Shout out to Deontay Wilder, Bronze Bomber, man. I'm not here to pretty much go on a tangent, because the haters are always going to be in attendance when Deontay Wilder's name come up. If him and Francis Ngannou ink a contract and it becomes official, cool. Salute to them. I ain't mad. Y'all continue to make sure y'all out there praying for Haynes' legacy, man. Toby Bartlett. You know, you got supporters that's been around for quite a length of time, man. Since WCS has been out there on this YTC. You know, brother's been going through some health problems, which happens, you know what I'm saying? But it's how to chat in the game, man. I just ask for y'all to support one another.